Hi, today I'm going to be discussing how to import a CSV file into Fixed Asset Manager. I have a file called sample that comes with Fixed Asset Manager open in two different programs, Notepad and Excel. But this I did just to show you that the data is identical. The difference is that in Excel, the same data is separated by columns, and the column expression in Notepad is actually the use of the comma itself, and it tells FAM to treat each data element uniquely. I'm going to close the file because this is the data that we're going to import. And I am in a client in Fixed Asset Manager that has no assets. To begin the import, I'm going to come to the File menu, scroll down to Import, and click on Comma Separated. This brings up the wizard. I'm going to click Next. I'm going to click Browse to locate my sample file. And if you notice, like I said, it's in the import directory under FAMWin. I'm going to click Open and Next. I already have an existing template. That's one of the things you'll be able to do is, and that's exactly how this works actually, is that Fixed Asset Manager uses a template structure to be able to read the data file and import it. So in this case, I'm going to create a template because I want you to see how that works. In this screen, I'm not going to select any of the other bases. The only one that I'm going to leave, well, I have no choice, right? It's set by default, is just the federal. So I'm going to hit next. And in here on this screen, I'm telling Fixed Asset Manager to ignore the first row because the data actually begins on row 2. And on this screen is where you begin to actually select the values that represent the data within the file. This list of columns are similar in each of these other columns, and the columns will vary depending on the kind of data that you're importing. The column selections, though, are the same. You have some default federal required elements, and then you have optional elements that fall under the federal basis. If I had selected any of the other bases, such as AMT, then I would see AMT and other similar selections. Then you have some general selections here and some other selections that you can actually create and define for yourself. For now, what I'm going to do is select the location description because to me this is the one that is most logical for the location and the type of data that's coming in. And I'll repeat this process for the rest of the columns until I reach the end. For now, I'm going to pause this video so that I can complete the rest of the selections. This part of the process is a little time consuming and would make the video a little too long. So I'm just going to pause it for now and I'll come back when I'm ready to continue. Okay, so I finished making the selections in each of the columns and I'm ready to proceed. And in here, in this screen, we're selecting the federal method. These are usually not selected either, so you have to select them. I may not have selected the correct ones. If you're an accountant, you might be able to quickly see that. I'm just choosing the closest values to be able to demonstrate the wizard and how it operates, and so that I can continue with next. In this screen as well, you're defining the conventions. I want to hit next. This is where I save the template, and I'm going to call it temp1. You can call it whatever you want. And the reason why we're doing this is so that in the future, whenever you do another import that has the same column types, same kind of data, you can simply reuse the template so that you don't have to redo the template wizard. It's very time consuming. So by saving a copy of the template, you'll save yourself a lot of time in the future. So I'm going to hit finish now. And that's it. Total of 13 assets were imported. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening.